Audacious Rebel.
You know, as much as you may want to believe otherwise, nothing in life just happens. Even the things we call random or coincidence has a cause, even though we may be unaware of it. And this is the principle of cause and effect. What it says is that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. Simple statement, but it's everywhere and can be identified across cultures and across religions. And in Christianity, this is the what you reap is what you would sow concept. In Hinduism and Buddhism, this is called karma. In Islam, it is stated that every action is recorded and has a consequence. African traditions speak of ancestral consequences, how the choice of one generation affect the next. Even indigenous wisdom around the world talks about the ripple effects of our actions on 7 generations to come. These systems, though wrapped in different garments, are all pointing to the same truth, that life is not random, it's rhythmic, it's ordered and deeply connected. We can even take that from the spiritual and look at it scientifically. Quantum science actually supports this idea in a very strange but fascinating way. In quantum physics, observation influences outcome. And if you look at the double slit experiment on YouTube, a nice explanation you'll get for that, where you see the very act of looking at a particle affects its behavior. And what that tells us is that consciousness has causative power. Our thoughts aren't just private, they're participatory. We're not outside the equation, we are the equation. And philosophically, this ties into thinkers like Plato and Aristotle. They talk about first causes, prime movers, the chain of events that bring a thing into being. Even the Stoics believe in the logos, a kind of rational structure that underpins the universe, and this is also outlined in the Kabbalah. What they were all saying in their own way is that behind everything seen, there is an unseen mover. We can see this play out in our everyday life. You wake up late, you skip breakfast, you get stuck in traffic. You walk to work stressed, and you snap at your colleague. Creates a chain reaction. A small cause trigger a whole series of events. It can be positive as well. Someone gives a compliment to a stranger who may have been having a rough day, and that person pays it forward and creating a whole positive ripple throughout. The thing is, most people live as effects, just reacting to life, waiting on the next external thing to happen. But this principle of cause and effect, it invites us to become causes, to realize that we have the power to initiate, to create, to shape, not just absorb what happens to us. So yeah, whether you want to call it karma, science, spiritual law, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that this is real, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Everything we do, say or think, it all sets something in motion. Once you really get that, you start choosing differently. Now, you can accept what I'm saying. You don't have to accept what I'm saying. The choice is yours. But it does not negate its effect. Have a fabulous day, okay?